stressed for so long, so stuck in my own way. So I'ma enjoy this moment. It's the day that the Lord has made. Nothing to say, nothing to talk down.
How can I draw closer to you, be restored and renewed?
Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kaylin. We're back with another video. Today's video is a little bit different. I honestly did not have this planned. I'm just like going with what God is leading me to do. I'm currently, as you can see, in my office / nursery. It's 8 a.m. My phone like doesn't really show you, but it's 8 a.m. I woke up at like 7:25. I woke up at 6, rolled over, went back to sleep because I was like, okay, I don't want to get up to like 7 something. But this is huge for me. This is huge. This is, I think, the third day of me waking up early, and this is like maybe silly to some people, but I've never been like, I've always been the person that's like, I'm not a morning person. I would love to wake up early. Having kids, it's like you never have enough time in your day, so it's always been like a thought like, okay, after this next baby, like I want to get up early and start my days, especially before like Cam is up, before they're up. But like, why start later? Why not start now? So I've been fortunate enough to, you know, my schedule's a lot different now. I'll explain all that stuff later down the road, just because everything's still in process right now, and I just want to make sure, you know, I'll talk about it when it's like finalized and like actually 100%. But anyway, I have some schedule changes, and it's just allotted me this time to focus on time with God, family, and preparing for baby, and kind of getting on a schedule that I want to get on. So I'm up really because I have a prayer call with the monthly mentorship that I'm in. It has been a blessing, to say the least. Definitely an answered prayer. So I'm signing on now. I'm a little bit behind, and I'm just gonna do that. And then I have my prayers for my husband book. I need my prayer journal, or maybe that means I'm praying for my husband this morning. I'm gonna take that as that because I don't know where my actual journal is. So I'm hopping on this call, and then we will have to wake up Cam after, but then I'll share with you guys like kind of what I've been doing in the morning for my quiet time. Welcome to the video.
Wrap me in your armor of your word and your love. I know you know me better than I know myself. Father, you are all I want, and you give me all I need. All my life is in your hands. You set me free, so I wanna know you deeper than the ocean. It's breathing as night and day. Closer than a brother, closer than I've ever been. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm staying by your side, but I just have to get it right. I wanna know you better.
Alright, y'all, so let me just share with you what happened this morning. So I think I cut it off after I was doing my prayer journal. We get like 10 minutes to do our prayer, whatever we're focusing on. Today we did a Bible study on Matthew chapter 5, verse 3 through 10, and that was basically the Beatitudes. So sure, like the Beatitudes is something that's very popular, but it's like, do you actually know what they mean? Do you know what it means to be blessed? And I'm gonna link down a video Jerry Flowers and Pastor Albanir Eugene preached on this past Sunday, and they actually talked about it, and that was one of the sermons I watched last night. So I shared with the group of girls after the call, just if they have time to watch the sermon, because he was talking about what does it truly mean to be blessed. So I'm just gonna read Matthew chapter 5, 3 through 10, just so you know what it is. I'll probably put it like on the screen as well. It's the Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the humble, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. And then 11 through 12 is, you are blessed when they insult you and persecute you and falsely say every kind of evil against you because of me. Be glad and rejoice, because your reward is great in heaven, for that is how they persecuted the prophets who were before you. So it's just like, it's meaty. I feel like you could do a whole bunch on this. Like, wow. I read Matthew earlier this year in whole, and I definitely would like to revisit it and revisit this part especially. But then also I remember all the parables and stuff. That would be very interesting to revisit, because Matthew is good. Like, if you want to have a book of the Bible to study, or you want to start somewhere, the Gospels are the best place to start, because it's like you get to learn who Jesus is and what he went through and what he did for you. Like, you can relate and you can feel like, oh wow, he did all this for me. And it's just so heavy, and like the teaching and the wisdom, it's just like, I've heard it a lot of places, but I, having read Matthew, having been like, it's funny, I called myself a beginner the other day, and my husband was like, you think that you're a beginner? And I'm like, yeah, because I had a conversation with some girls at work talking about like wanting to read more in the Bible, which I'm just excited that the presence of God has been like at work. And before, I had some coworkers that were, open about it, but then it kind of like died down. But now there's actually a few girls that I work with that have been open about their faith and everything, and we've been talking. And I actually mentioned like kind of maybe starting a Bible study or something one day, and I really hope that we do at some point. But anyway, what I was saying that for is because we were talking about reading the Bible, what kind of Bibles to read, things to give, like suggestions, and I was giving them some of the suggestions that I've used, because I've been on this journey, I would say like truly for 2 years, like deeply, ever since having camp. Like, that shifted my whole relationship with God, and I've been just like diving. But I could still consider myself like a beginner. I don't know everything, I don't have everything memorized, like I would not claim to be like advanced in any way. But my husband was like, you are not a beginner, like you are always doing stuff, you understand things. But I feel like I said I was a beginner because it's hard for me to like articulate the things and teach and explain it to other people, because I'm good at digesting it for myself and understanding and listening to other people. But I don't know, I mean, maybe I am good at like explaining and talking about it, but I'm not as vocal. So I don't know, I thought I was a beginner, but he said no, you're not a beginner. So whatever is a little bit after beginner, because I'm still learning, and I'm on a journey of my own as well. But anyway, the girls and I were talking about at work where to start, and a lot of people say the Gospels and Matthew specifically. So if you are looking for a book of the Bible to start reading, I highly recommend Matthew. But the Beatitudes we talked about on the call today, and that was actually our little Bible study before getting into prayer. And it just really had me like check myself on some things, because I think it was the first one. Blessed are the poor in spirit. So if you're poor in spirit, that is why you need God, and that you should have the need for God, because that's the only thing that's going to fill us up. So that was an area that I prayed. She went through them all and then told us to pray over all of them. And I like that, like reading in the Bible and then praying that whatever you've read and applying it to yourself. And I honestly have never done that before, and I really enjoy doing it, because it's like, okay, I read this scripture, now how can I pray to be more like this in some way, or for God to open my eyes in this area? So I prayed for the need for God, and then the next one was, blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. And now I'm gonna be open with you guys right now, okay? This has been a rough 2 years. It has been a good 2 years, but it has been a rough 2 years in the sense of grieving. I feel like I haven't been I'm not grieving over what people usually relate grieving to, which is people dying and that like route. I've been fortunate in that area, but I have been grieving the old me, the old version of like my way of thinking, who I was. Like I'm just not the same person. And evolving and becoming new in Christ comes with grieving that old self, because you're so used to that was what you were comfortable in. And not to say like, you know, I'm grieving like going out to the club or something, like, no, grieving like feeling like I'm on fire for God and I really care about like my relationship with God, and I have that daily need, and I want friendships that are the same, that are like as passionate and on fire for God as me, that I can fellowship with, that I can learn and grow with. That has been something that I really have been desiring. And because of that, like growing apart from friends, and I've lost so many friends in the past 2 years that I honestly feel like I have none. And that has been something that, you know, people be like, oh yeah, you know, everyone's not meant to go with you every season. Some friendships are just for a season, all that kind of stuff, which is like, yes, I'm aware, I know that, but to go through it, and I feel like it's been for a long time now, like 2 years is a long time to go through it, and it's sad because it's like the past 2 years I felt and have, like I still do, like obviously things are better, God is sending new people in my life, and that's been wonderful and on time, like thank gosh I'm not completely alone anymore. But as far as like in person, people that are close, like friends that are close that I can hang out with and stuff, I just don't have that. And that's been something that's been a part of like my grieving process, is because I just feel like I don't relate to people that I used to be friends with anymore. I'm at a totally different stage in my life. I'm truly taking myself out of the world. Like, I just want to share with you guys, I know I had a vlog before, like not too long ago, where we went to the Usher concert. We bought those tickets a while ago. You know, I don't really listen to secular music anymore. I truly don't. Anyone who knows me, like my husband would tell you, I do not listen to it anymore. But we had bought the tickets because I'm like, you know, like back in the day, I liked Usher, like, you know, his music is good. And I also went to a Chris Brown concert in June because I've always wanted to see Chris Brown. That was something that, like, since I was younger, I'm like, he was my favorite singer, and I would watch every movie he was in, all this kind of stuff. When I went to the Chris Brown concert, I was like, I do not need to be here. Like, it was nice. Like, he's a great performer, but that's how I know I'm not the same person, because the old me, oh, I would have been up there getting it like the whole time. But I truly just felt in that space like I do not belong here. Like, the lyrics of the songs are just like, why are we listening to this? Like, I've been so in tune on like what it is that I'm listening to, what it is that I'm watching, because your eyes and your ears are portals. Like, I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't watch a lot of stuff that has like a lot of violence, a lot of sexual content in it. Like, I don't watch that kind of stuff. I don't listen to that kind of stuff. I'm very mindful about what I'm pouring into myself today, because what you put into yourself is what's going to come out. And even though you might not think it, the more you consume of it, the more it takes up space in your mind and your heart. And I just don't do that. So when I'm sitting at the Chris Brown concert, I'm like, yeah, like I was vibing a little bit to like the older songs, like, you know, the older songs, like Say Goodbye, all that kind of stuff. But these new songs and stuff, I'm like, this is gross. Like, why are we singing this? And then all the cursing and stuff, like, it just bothered me. And so when we were at Usher's concert, it was kind of like the same thing. Like, I'm like, you know, the back in the day stuff was good, but this new stuff is just, I didn't need to be there. Like, it was a good experience, but I honestly just would not spend money to go to any of those concerts ever, probably. If I want to listen to like an old song, like, yeah, I'll listen to a song here or there, but I really just don't listen to the music anymore. But I just wanted to share that because it was just like, back in the day, even when I was talking to my mom, I'm like, now you know how I was about Chris Brown. Everyone who knew me knew how I was about Chris Brown. He's an excellent performer, but I just can't, like, my spirit is just like, it's not for me. It's not for me today. Like, I just can't, it just wasn't clicking. And that's how I know, like, I'm just not the same person. The things that used to interest me and used to like get me going just don't. The Usher concert, they like, I'm just, the women and how they're just sexualized, and it was too much, y'all. It was too much. But I know how that might have looked, like, oh, she's all in her Bible, but she's going to these concerts or whatever. It's not to condemn anyone. It's not to be like, you can't do these things, but I just know I did not feel comfortable doing it, and like, I feel comfortable being there. It just wasn't, it's not what I want to do anymore. Like, it's not it wasn't as enjoyable as I thought it was gonna be. So that's like probably a tough topic for some people, because it's like, I'm not saying anything about what you do. You get convicted on your own things, but it's something that I felt was just like, I looked at my husband, I'm like, I don't need to be here, to be honest. Like, this is just not the scene for me. Whereas in February, we went to go see Elevation Nights, Elevation Worship, with Stephen Furtick, the pastor of Elevation Church in North Carolina. And I'm telling you, that was the #1 concert I've ever been to. The atmosphere, like being around other people worshiping and singing out to God. I want to go again next year. Like, I told him I want to go every single time, because I was just like, it was beautiful. That was the best concert I've ever been to. And he even said the same thing. So it's just like, it's just interesting how you change and evolve when you're becoming new in Christ. So that's basically the moral of the story. I didn't mean to like go off on a tangent, but anyway, I have been dealing with grieving friendships. That has been hard, and what we talked about in the call today was just sitting and feeling the feelings. Like, if you need to cry it out, cry it out. If you need to, whatever it is that you need to do, but grieve with God. Like, allow God to be there for you and take away the pain and be there to wipe your tears going through whatever it is that you are grieving. And I had to check myself, because I think I have just been like listening to, like, you know how everyone just says like, oh, that's just what happens. But like, what I feel is like, it's grief, it's hurt, it's sadness. It's like, I don't understand. Like, I understand that it's all going to make sense one day. It's all a reason. Like, it happens. Like, Ecclesiastes talks about there's a time for everything. Like, I completely understand that everyone cannot go with you to where God is bringing you. I understand that. But it's like, when you get to a point, for me, when it starts to feel like lonely, it's times where the enemy can creep in and try to do his little, his little 1-2, try to get a little edge up on me because I'm in a weak moment, and start telling me lies about myself, and that, no one wants to be your friend. You're not this, you're not that. But it's not true. And I've even been working in therapy talking about that. Like, I know it's nothing to do with me. Like, I'm doing the best that I can, and I pour out so much into people that I just want just a little bit in return, and I just have not gotten that from people. And I'd rather be alone and wait on who God is going to send in the future than to keep dealing with like feeling like I'm just empty, like I'm pouring out everything into everybody else, but no one can be there for me when I need them. No one can be of support. No one's checking in. No one's like, it's a lot of words to me, and I'm a very action-based person. I don't do anything to get anything in return. I do not. I do it because I truly want to, and it's in my heart to do it. And I just want to meet people who are also the same and will be the same towards me as a friend. Like, I want deep friendships. I do not want surface level friendships. I don't want that in this season. I want to grow and evolve with other women who are like-minded, and that's why I've joined communities like the one that I'm in now. I'm not a morning person, y'all. I've been waking up at 7 o'clock, 7:30 to get on these 8 a.m. calls, and I've been feeling great, like pep in my step. My husband's like, she's getting out of bed. So it's like, I need this. It'll help better myself. It'll help me feel connected to other people, and it's helping me, deep dive into my relationship with God even more. So I say that all just to say that is kind of what I've been doing for my morning routine. I have my breakfast, my little toast and eggs. It's probably cold now because I've been just chatting, but this video was not like planned, but I just felt on my heart like to just be transparent and like open and see where God takes us. I know there's other people that can relate, and me not sharing just bottles it up, and it's just like I could be connecting with other people who feel the same and are going through the same. Being in a group like this with women, I'm like, oh wow, I'm not the only one. Like, I'm not the only one struggling with grieving friendships and grieving my old life and grieving this, and feeling like I'm so on fire for God, but I can't find other people who are on fire for God the same way that I am with friends, family. Like, it's been everything. So I'm very grateful for this membership. If you don't have someone, I encourage everyone to find someone that like you connect with. I've been following this girl for a while now, and I just felt led to join, but I hope that I can be that to someone. I hope that She Persists with Purpose can grow into whatever it is that God has envisioned and purposed it for in the future. So yeah, that is what I've been doing in the morning. But Cam woke herself up at 8 o'clock and opened the door herself. And I'm like thinking like my husband was upstairs opening the door for her, but she opened the door herself. So I had to go in there and get her morning started. And then that's why you saw me transition down here, because she's in her playroom now and I wanted to finish the call. Usually I have more time. She doesn't wake up until 8:45, but she woke up at 8 o'clock today. So everyone was a morning riser today. Everybody was up. But I just wanted to share with you, I did the morning call, what I've been doing every day. If you follow me on Instagram, I've been pretty active on Instagram, not posting, but on my stories. I've pretty much been posting every day on my stories. But I'm on day 22. I've been writing out scriptures for the day. I have a scripture writing plan I'll leave right here. It's covering fear, like overcoming fear. So I'm going to sit and listen to a sermon, do my scripture for today. And I just wanted to share with you guys an app that I've been doing as well. So it's called Glorify, which I'm going to talk about a lot of the apps that I use that are like faith-based apps in a separate video, because that can just be tailored to that. But this app is called Glorify. It gives you a quote. So today's quote is, "The Christian gospel is that I am so flawed that Jesus had to die for me. Yet I am so loved and valued that Jesus was glad to die for me. This leads to deep humility and deep confidence at the same time. I cannot feel superior to anyone, and yet I have nothing to prove to anyone." But this is what it looks like. So, okay, that's what it looks like when you are in it. It has like a daily calendar, so it shows you like how active you've been doing the stuff daily. If it will... There you go. How active I've been doing this stuff daily. We're in Philippians now, which I feel like I am just going to be reading all of Paul's letters. So I've read Acts, I've read Galatians, and I think I'm going to do Philippians next, because this is what this plan is doing. And I'm really liking it, and it's tying into a lot of the stuff that I'm just trying to dive deep into right now. So today's passage is Philippians 2, verse 5 through 11. It takes 2 minutes to read. And then you have a devotional that it tells you it takes 4 minutes to do, and you read the devotional and you check that off. So that's like your daily devotional time right there. Then they have faith essentials. They have a daily walk with God, that's 6 minutes. Thought for the day, that's 3 minutes. Song of the day, that's 3 minutes. And meditation, that's 4 minutes. So I don't always do all those, but it's nice to put on in the background. So if you're a person who like grabs their phone in the morning and gets on Instagram and gets on TikTok and gets on stuff like that, this is a good app to have. Wake up in the morning, pop this on. You don't even have to touch your phone to do like the bottom parts. It will actually read everything to you. It'll read the quote to you. It'll read, well, it won't read the quote to you, I don't think, but it'll read the passage to you. It'll read the devotional to you. And then all the other ones are videos that you could just listen to in bed. So I've been trying to not reach for my phone and get on social media or check my email or yada yada yada. My time in the morning is now strictly committed to God, and my days have been so much better and much more positive, and I've just been starting them on the right foot. So I encourage you all to do that. I will link the sermon down below that I was talking about. I will link the app down below, and then in the description box I'll just say like which scriptures that I was referring to in this video. And I think that's it as far as what I shared. So that's kind of my morning. I'm going to continue my time with God. I'll probably make some tea or something. I don't know what's on the docket for today. I have a lot of planning to do, videos for you guys. I need to run out to the store and get some stuff. I might do like a Target order. I don't feel like vlogging today. I'm just like, maybe another day I'll vlog. But thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this morning with me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you like videos like this, let me know down below. And then let me know down below, what do you do for your quiet time with God? Is it in the morning? Is it in the afternoon? Is it night? It does not need to be in the morning, but your girl's really trying to be a morning girl here. So I've been enjoying it being in the morning. But let me know what it is, what time of day you guys do your quiet time with God, and what it is that you do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
So I'ma enjoy this moment. It's the day that the Lord has made.